This month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month from Fayetteville School. Congratulations, Shelby Wales from Fayetteville High School.
And there she is. Good morning, Shelby.
Good morning.
Shelby Wales, our Star Student of the Month from Fayetteville School. She's a senior, and I didn't know this was homecoming at Fayetteville tonight, but hey, this is a great timing for sure. You're 17 years old with a 4.0 GPA. That sounds pretty good to me.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Shelby.
Well, like you said, I am a senior at Fayetteville High School this year. I'm involved in several different things at school. SGA, Key Club, several different sports, a student ambassador team. So I'm really excited to be here today and to talk to you guys some.
Well, you're actually a writer. You write a column in a local newspaper here too, right?
Yes, sir. For the Sylacauga Today, I do write a column bi-weekly.
Yeah. And your mom is here with you this morning. Talk a little bit about your family.
Well, my parents have provided an excellent support system for me through the years, especially this week with it being homecoming week. They have dealt
You're kind of crazy, huh?
Yes, sir. They have successfully endured all of my craziness this week, and as well as most of my senior class's craziness as well. And then my brother is my comedic relief in life. When I am very stressed or angry, he has something to say that just makes me go, oh my gosh, that is such a brother thing to say and do. But normally it kind of sets me off the edge a little bit, so I'm not as angry or as stressed as I could be.
Shelby Wales, our guest this morning. Your brother, you have a sister or anything like that? Or is just, okay?
No, sir, just my brother.
Okay, and you're 17 years old, of course, and this dual enrollment courses you're enrolled in at CAC as well at the University of Alabama. Explain that.
Yes, sir. Actually, the dual enrollment courses through the University of Alabama have been through UA Early College, and that's been a phenomenal opportunity for me because you actually get to take classes at a large four-year university online while you're in high school. And so I've taken several English classes there, and this semester I am in the biology class there. And that's really interesting. You get to do your labs, but they're online, and you can work with other people. They may not go to your school. They may not even be in high school, but you're all working through the same coursework and you're getting the opportunity to study at the University of Alabama. And then at CAC, I've enrolled just this fall and am taking a couple of math classes this year.
Well, it's your senior year at Fayetteville High School, and I know Fayetteville's a special place for you.
Yes, sir. It really has been a great place to grow up and to be a part of for the last 10 years. So I'm very fortunate to have gone to Fayetteville High School.
You're a senior this year, and man, time can get away so quickly, and such a busy senior year. And you've got all these other activities you're involved in and programs. You were elected last spring as District Secretary for the Alabama District of Key Club International during the 15-16 school year. Held Lieutenant Governor position for Division 11 and received the Robert F. Lucas Outstanding Lieutenant Governor Award. You're active in the student ambassadors at Fayetteville School. Is there anything that you don't do? I'm looking here.
Well, last year I was yearbook editor, and I had to let that go. Yeah. Just for the sake of time. I don't actually play instruments. My musical inclination is just not there. Any sort of rhythm or playing an instrument is just not for me.
Well, you're involved in sports. You've played softball, volleyball, and have run cross country.
Yes, sir. Those the sports are definitely a major aspect of my life that I do take probably a little too seriously sometimes. But
you mean you're competitive?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very much. It's almost a problem for me sometimes.
In softball and volleyball as well as cross country, those are very competitive sports, but they're team-oriented sports as well.
Yes, sir. Probably the least team-oriented is cross country, and I actually enjoy that about that because it's just me.
Kind of put you by yourself, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. You're having to set yourself apart from the group, and then in volleyball, my position is setter, so my job is just to set the hitters and that's the unglorified position on the court, but it's absolutely necessary for the success of your team. And as well as softball, I'm the hind catcher, so again, a position that's not necessarily the most glamorous position on the field, but it's absolutely necessary for the success of your team.
How do you feel as a senior knowing this is your last year at Fayetteville High School? You have homecoming tonight. Is your last homecoming as a student?
I think it's actually really an exciting time, more so than being a sad time, because, you've got so many more opportunities out in the world that you can go and pursue after all this is over. And I have a great amount of excitement for everything that I can do after I graduate from high school. So I'm just enjoying these moments as they go, and I'm looking forward to the next parts of my life.
Speaking of the next level, what does that include for you?
Probably Auburn University next in the fall of 2017. I know that I had mentioned that I had dual enrolled at the University of Alabama, and that has been a phenomenal opportunity for me. But Auburn's where my heart is, and that's where I've grown up as a kid, because both of my parents are Auburn alumni, and I've been raised, you go to the football games and you see everybody and you want to be a part of that atmosphere someday, and I'm excited to do that soon.
So what do you want to major in, and what does your career hold in your expectation?
Yes, sir. I have looked at several of the different engineering disciplines, and right now I'm trying to keep my options as open as possible, but whatever I do will be science or math oriented, because I really do enjoy those things and I find all of that very interesting. So I think that the engineering disciplines might be right for me, because I can do new things, I can make things, and I'll get to be a part of different companies who ultimately work towards the betterment of our world.
Shelby Wales, who's a senior at Fayetteville High School. She's 17 years old with a 4.0 grade point average, and it's homecoming tonight at Fayetteville. And you're a young lady who's a senior in high school. And how do you enjoy your senior year with, I heard your mom talk about y'all were involved in putting a float together for the parade. How do you balance all this stuff?
Well, I don't sleep much. I have friends who argue that I'm an insomniac, but I just try and prioritize and try as well as I can to avoid procrastinating. Although that's not always too successful. I just making sure that I take care of things as they come up and as they need to be done. And of course, working with my support system, my teachers and my family, and making sure that I can be as successful at everything as I possibly can.
Knowing that you are indeed a senior, and you've grown up with obviously an educated parents, mom and dad who are Auburn alum, and as you look to your adult life, do you say, I want to give something back to our community, to the kids that are going to be following in my footsteps? Right,
absolutely. That's part of what all of this is about. And this week I'd actually apologize to my parents for all of the craziness that they had endured, like I mentioned earlier. And they were like, it's okay, just pay it forward someday. And that's what I plan to do.
All right. Shelby Wales, our guest this morning. She's a senior at Fayetteville School. And the homecoming game tonight, that's where we'll be, Fayetteville and Vincent tonight at Fayetteville, Alabama. And when you think about your final year in high school, and you got, we're ending this summer and the fall and winter season, but hey, 2017 will be here before you know it. How do you plan to you seem to laugh a lot, you seem to take things in stride a little bit, but you mentioned sometimes you're tense a little bit with all this stuff going on. How do you relax?
But in the wild concept that I refer to as free time, that I don't enjoy too much of, I actually I like to be outside. I like to be with my family. And those sports are a great source of relaxing for me because, you can be really angry at somebody without without you getting in trouble over it. So that's probably my greatest stress reliever because I can let some of that anger out from time to time.
How do you want to be remembered as a student at Fayetteville School?
I just want to be remembered as a student who showed up and worked hard and tried their best to make sure that everyone else got what they needed. Mm-hmm.
All right. Shelby Wales, our guest this morning, senior at Fayetteville School. How important, Shelby, is your faith to you? As far, you're very successful, you're very level-headed and balanced in what you do, but does faith play a role there for you?
Absolutely, yeah. Without my faith, I don't know that, I know I wouldn't be the person that I am today because most of my core values that are important to me they stem from my faith. Most of my beliefs do. And making sure that I try to honor God in what I do is really important to me.
Well, Shelby Wales, our guest this morning, and I'm so honored that you are here this morning and our audience has enjoyed you sharing with them. Shelby Wales, a senior at Fayetteville High School, 4.0 GPA, and we know that you'll be successful wherever your life endeavors take you. And Mom, I think we're in good hands with young ladies like her leading the way. Shelby Wales, our guest this morning here on our Star Student of the Month. We've got more Daybreak straight ahead as we continue. Don't forget, top of the hour, Toots' Tips with a great prognosticator, Jimmy Toots Holmes, who's an Auburn fan as well. He doesn't do good picking scores, but we're going to try it again a little bit. Sponsored by the Huddle House. More Daybreak right after this.
This Star Student of the Month was brought to you by TV 47. Tune in to Daybreak weekdays at 6:30 a.m. for your Star Student of the Month.